On September 14, 2025, a date that will be remembered for its historical significance, the world was stunned by an unprecedented announcement that echoed across continents and time zones. In the bustling city of Singapore, leaders from Beijing and Taipei revealed the Cross-Strait Framework for Peace and Cooperation, a groundbreaking formal alliance between China and Taiwan, marking a new era in their complex relationship. The Taiwan Strait, once a global flashpoint and a symbol of tension, was now the site of a new partnership, transforming from a potential battleground to a bridge of cooperation. In Taipei, hope and anxiety mingled as citizens watched the news unfold, their faces reflecting a mix of emotions, anticipation, relief, and uncertainty. Some saw a future free from war, a chance for prosperity and peace that had seemed elusive for decades. Others, however, feared for their democracy, worried that this new alliance might come at the cost of their cherished freedoms and autonomy. In Beijing, the agreement was hailed as a triumph of peaceful reunification, a strategic victory that showcased China's growing influence and diplomatic prowess. Global leaders scrambled to grasp the implications of this seismic shift, convening emergency meetings to discuss the potential impacts on international relations and regional stability. The U.S., long Taiwan's security guarantor, faced a strategic dilemma, balancing its commitments to Taiwan with the need to maintain a stable relationship with China. What was once unthinkable, a voluntary alliance between two historical adversaries, was now reality, redrawing Asia's political landscape and challenging long-held assumptions. The world held its breath, awaiting the next chapter for Taiwan, China, and the region, as this new alliance promised to reshape not only their futures but also the dynamics of global power. This alliance reverses nearly 80 years of hostility, a hostility that has been deeply ingrained in the political and cultural fabric of both nations. The roots of this animosity stretch back to the mid-20th century, a time of great upheaval and transformation in the region. After the 1949 Chinese Civil War, the defeated nationalists, led by Chiang Kai-shek, fled to Taiwan, establishing a government in exile. Meanwhile, the victorious communists, under Mao Zedong, proclaimed the People's Republic on the mainland, setting the stage for a prolonged standoff. Both sides claimed to be the legitimate government of China, a claim that fueled decades of division and rivalry. This ideological battle was not just about territory but about the very identity of what it meant to be Chinese. Over the years, Taiwan evolved into a vibrant democracy, embracing values of freedom and human rights which deepened the divide with authoritarian Beijing. This evolution was marked by significant political and social changes, reflecting the island's unique path. Despite Taiwan's democratic progress, China never abandoned its claim to the island, maintaining a stance that has kept military tensions high. The presence of Chinese warships and military exercises near the Taiwan Strait served as constant reminders of this unresolved conflict. The U.S. walked a diplomatic tightrope, acknowledging the One China policy while simultaneously arming Taiwan to deter aggression. This delicate balance was a cornerstone of U.S. foreign policy in East Asia, reflecting the complex geopolitics of the region. For decades, most observers expected conflict, not cooperation, between these two rivals. The specter of war loomed large, with many predicting that a military confrontation was inevitable. The recent alliance marks a radical break from a history of threats and standoffs, signaling a potential new era of peace and collaboration. This unexpected shift has caught many by surprise, challenging long-held assumptions about the region's future. Analysts debate the reasons behind this dramatic change: war fatigue, pragmatic new leaders, or the lure of economic opportunity. Each factor plays a role in reshaping the narrative, as both sides seek to benefit from a more stable and prosperous relationship. Whatever the cause, the decision opens a new, unpredictable chapter in China-Taiwan relations. This chapter is filled with both promise and uncertainty, as the world watches closely to see how this new dynamic will unfold. The world must now adjust to a reality few thought possible, as global leaders react to the news with a mix of caution and optimism. The implications of this alliance are far-reaching, affecting not just the region, but the entire international community. The past animosity has given way, at least for now, to partnership, as both sides come together in a spirit of cooperation. This partnership, while fragile, offers a glimpse of what could be a more peaceful and interconnected future. The alliance rests on three pillars. First, deep economic integration, creating a common market, removing trade barriers, and launching joint infrastructure projects. Second, technology and research cooperation, combining Taiwan's semiconductor leadership with China's AI and green tech ambitions. Joint R&D centers aim to create a global tech powerhouse. Third, a permanent council for peaceful dispute resolution, renouncing force and prioritizing dialogue. These pillars offer shared prosperity, innovation, and a structured way to manage differences. The framework's success depends on trust and careful maintenance. If it holds, confrontation could give way to lasting collaboration. The world watches to see if these foundations can endure. The stakes could not be higher. For China, the alliance represents a peaceful and strategic path toward what it calls reunification, offering a way to achieve its long-standing goal without the devastation and uncertainty of war. Instead of risking international condemnation and economic fallout from a military conflict, Beijing can present itself as a responsible global power, seeking harmony and stability in the region. This approach not only preserves lives but also protects China's economic interests and global reputation. The alliance also grants China unprecedented access to Taiwan's world-leading semiconductor industry. By integrating with Taiwan's advanced technology sector, China can reduce its reliance on foreign tech suppliers and better shield itself from U.S. sanctions and trade restrictions. This technological boost could accelerate China's ambitions in artificial intelligence, 5G and other cutting-edge fields, making it a true competitor on the global stage. For Taiwan, the existential threat of invasion recedes, allowing families to live without the constant fear of conflict. With military tensions easing, the government can redirect resources from defense to education, healthcare and infrastructure, fueling long-term growth and improving quality of life for its citizens. Taiwanese businesses gain direct entry to China's vast consumer market, opening up new opportunities for trade, investment, and collaboration. At the same time, Taiwan retains its own government and a degree of autonomy, preserving its unique identity and political system. The economic synergy is powerful. Taiwan's culture of innovation and entrepreneurship combines with China's massive manufacturing scale and resources. This partnership could create new industries, jobs, and technological breakthroughs, benefiting both sides. On the world stage, both sides gain influence. China can showcase itself as a diplomatic problem solver, while Taiwan emerges as a key partner in regional affairs, no longer seen as a pawn, but as a respected player. The alliance has the potential to transform both economies, driving growth and innovation, and elevating their international standing as a united economic powerhouse. Yet significant risks remain, especially for Taiwan's democracy and sense of identity. Many citizens worry about losing freedoms and the unique culture that sets Taiwan apart. The world will be watching closely, judging whether this alliance is a genuine partnership built on mutual respect, or a strategic gamble with uncertain consequences. For now, both capitals claim victory, each presenting the alliance as a win for their people, and a new chapter in cross-strait relations. The alliance redraws Asia's strategic map. The US-led containment network is fractured. China gains direct access to the Pacific. Regional powers like Japan, Vietnam, and the Philippines must rethink their security strategies. Japan faces new threats to vital shipping lanes, likely accelerating its military buildup. Southeast Asian nations weigh closer ties with China or deeper US alliances. South Korea sees both opportunity and risk as China's influence grows. The entire region is forced to adapt to a new balance of power. Asia's geopolitical landscape has been upended overnight. The US reacted with shock, its Indo-Pacific strategy upended. Washington reaffirmed support for allies, but behind the scenes, policymakers scrambled. Japan voiced grave concern. The EU called for respect for Taiwan's democracy, but eyed economic opportunities. Russia welcomed the alliance as a blow to US dominance and a win for multipolarity. Southeast Asian nations tread carefully, wary of China's growing clout. Australia debates how to balance security and trade with China. The global response is a mix of anxiety, opportunism, and uncertainty. Old assumptions are gone. Every nation must recalculate its position. The world is adjusting to a new reality. One alliance has changed everything. The shockwaves are only beginning. The alliance creates a new economic superpower, reshaping global trade. China's manufacturing and Taiwan's tech combine to dominate key industries. Countries must now deal with a single, powerful economic bloc. Taiwan's chip industry gives China a technological edge, challenging US restrictions. A bipolar tech world emerges, US-led versus China-Taiwan. Businesses face new opportunities but also new dependencies and risks. Global supply chains may shift to avoid over-reliance on the bloc. The alliance will push for its own tech standards, challenging Western dominance. The world could see fragmented technology ecosystems and divided digital standards. The global economic order is being rewritten. Beyond politics and economics, the alliance aims to rebuild human ties. New cultural exchanges, tourism, and educational programs are planned. Simplified travel and joint festivals seek to foster understanding. Student exchanges and joint research hope to nurture a new, less divided generation. Yet suspicion lingers. Many in Taiwan fear cultural initiatives are soft power tools. Overcoming decades of mistrust will be difficult. Success depends on building genuine respect, not just pragmatic cooperation. The alliance's future may hinge on whether hearts and minds can truly be bridged. The road ahead is fraught with challenges. In Taiwan, public skepticism and fear of losing democracy run deep. Protests and political opposition are likely. Integrating two vastly different economies and legal systems will be complex and contentious. The alliance sidesteps the issue of Taiwan's ultimate status, but this question cannot be ignored forever. Any perceived threat to Taiwan's autonomy could unravel the deal. Building trust between a democracy and a one-party state is the alliance's greatest test. If successful, the alliance could reshape the world, but the risks are immense, and failure could reignite old tensions. The world watches as two former adversaries attempt the impossible.